people need hugs. Like, I'm sorry. People need hugs. People need to know that they are lovable. People need to know that they are loved. People need to know that they are just full of light and preciousness and wisdom. People need to know these things. People do not need tough love. The world does not need more tough love. We do not need more harshness, more hardness, more aggression in the world. And I often think like there is a thin line where tough love can be crossed into meanness and into harshness. Somehow we have subscribed to this idea that people need to know about themselves. People have to be told the truth about themselves. We have to, and you have to say it the hard way. You have to do it the hard way because that's the only way that people will understand. The only way that this person will get this lesson. The only way that this person will do better. The only way that this person will be better is if I give them tough love. And I subscribed to that for so long in my life. And today I was reflecting like, I do not agree that people need tough love, that tough love is the only way to get through to people, that tough love is the only way for people to get better and to be their best selves and to grow or even to see their blind spots and the parts of ourselves that really might not be so great, that might not be the best. Yeah, the parts of ourselves that we need to work on, the lessons that we need to learn to be able to grow. And I do think that that is there. And my hope is that when we talk about tough love, it really is coming from this place of like, this toughness that I'm giving is really for the benefit of this person. And even though I don't subscribe to it, my hope is that it would come from that place. But I think a lot of us subscribe to tough love because we don't know that there is another way, because we don't know how to communicate something that we might see that could help that person grow and be better and expand, and they might be missing something or like not seeing something about themselves and their potential. And in order for them to see it, we don't really know how to communicate it. Maybe we have said it in ways that we think have been our best effort. Like, I've said it this way, I've done it this way. Like, now I have to resort to tough love and I have to show them, and they're going to learn through me showing them through aggression or through a toughness or a harshness or a hardness how they can do this, or how they can grow at this. And one of the things I've learned on my journey with C learning, or social, emotional, and ethical learning, with Emory University, that I really appreciate is that there are three types of ways in which we can communicate with another person. And those ways can be, let's say, put into three questions. One of the questions is, what is wrong with you? Communicating with people from the space of what is wrong with you. And I've said it before plenty of times, and I probably sometimes still say it, like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you not getting? What is not registering for you? Like, implying that there is something wrong with the person, letting the person know that there is something wrong with them. And we can do this really from a place of just also trying to help, or trying to really figure out how we can help. Like, what is wrong? Sometimes I ask myself this about even the world that we're living in. Like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with the world? And then there's a second question that we can ask. And this question is more trauma informed approach. What happened to you? So really connecting with people on a level of, what is it that happened to you that has given you this behavior or this attitude or this particular way you think or this particular condition? Like, what happened to you? And it really might also be a very genuine question, like, what happened to you so I can help you? What happened to you so I can support you? And with the question, what happened to you, we typically re-traumatize people. We can re-traumatize people, taking people back to the space of the very things that may have caused them trauma, that may be contributing to their shortcomings, that may be contributing to the reasons why, they feel stuck or not able to progress, the very reason or thing that you are trying to help them with. Asking what happened to you can almost put us back in that space of bringing all that stuff out. Like, oh, this did happen to me, and this is why I'm like this. And it can be very re-traumatizing. And the third question that I really resonate with so much, and this is something that I also just want to keep planting the seed of communicating with people, being in space with people, holding space with people, talking to people through the lens of this question: what is right with you? What are your strengths? Showing and telling people, reminding them of all the strengths that they have, all the incredible parts of themselves that they have. Because when we ask people what is wrong with you or what happened to you, the focus is not on the positive qualities that they have, the strengths that they have, the ways in which they're contributing to the world, and sometimes even the strengths. Framing a question in terms of someone's strengths can almost help them to outgrow those qualities or those things that might be leading to them doing harmful behaviors and actions and things, and pointing them to the fact that you're really good at this. What if you tried that in this way? Or that I noticed that this is a strength of yours and you really thrive when you're doing this, and you look so joyful and you look so happy when you are doing this particular thing. And just that question alone can pull somebody up, can take someone's hand and kind of just pull them up. Like, you have positive qualities, you have strengths, and of course we have shortcomings as well. But I think there's so much emphasis on people's shortcomings in the world. Like, there is enough harshness and hardness and aggression in the world. There's enough focus there, and if there can be more attention and focus put onto people's strengths and the qualities in which people do have that make the world a better place, that make them better, that make our lives better, the qualities from other people that we contribute from, that we notice that, wow, this person has this quality and it's an incredible quality. If we were able to hire people from this perspective, if we were able to be in friendship with people from this point, if we were able to be parents from this point of view, if we were able to be daughters and sisters and mothers and husbands and wives and all the things from focusing on people's strengths, then we will really allow that person to continue to grow and thrive, rather than continuously showing them a mirror of, you could do better at this. I'm going to give you tough love with this. Like, I'm going to show you how you can be better at this. I'm going to show you why this doesn't work, why this part of you doesn't work, why this part of you causes problems. I'm going to, it's just it just feels, it doesn't feel good even when we mean well. And if our intentions are so pure when we are sharing with a friend or someone we love a shortcoming that they have, and we're like, look, I have to give it to you straight, like, this is how you are, this is what you're doing. And I'm also not saying that there are moments in which we can't do that, but I'm also recognizing within myself the difference that I feel in my body, my mind, my confidence, my motivation. It feels so different when the approach is, what is wrong with you? What happened? What's going on? Why are you like this? Why do you feel like this? What, like, this approach is one way, but when someone reminds me of my strengths, when someone reminds me of a quality or a characteristic that I have, or even, ask me. And sometimes this takes like us being a little skillful to be able to support people in a strengths based approach of, what is right with you? What strengths do you have? What are you good at? When we can go in that direction, it just feels so different. It almost is like it's expansive. It's an expansive question. It's a question that kind of, for me at least, makes me like open my eyes, and I'm just like, oh, really? And oh, and I can do that. Actually, and that is something I'm good at. Huh. And actually, and even if the person doesn't register it in that moment, it's just planting a seed of compassion in the world. Like, I am so fed up with this idea that people need tough love, that we need to be tough. I need to be honest. I have to just tell them like it is. I have to tell them the truth. I have to do it like this. And I'm fed up with it because I see that it creates more tension. It makes people a problem, and so many of us have already suffered trauma. You know, so many of us have seen or experienced trauma, traumatic events and situations. So many of us already are dealing with negative self-talk, overthinking, anxiety. So many people are dealing with so many things already from themselves internally. So I don't believe that tough love is the answer to helping someone grow, to helping someone progress forward, to helping someone change qualities or characteristics that might be harmful to them and also might be harmful to people around them. But I don't know that continuously emphasizing that person as a problem, or connecting with people in this traditional sense of what's wrong with you, or in the trauma informed lens of what happened to you, is the most effective way. And so for me, when I learned about this question, what's right with you, a strengths based approach, a resilient based approach to connecting with people, especially in difficult times, honestly, just hearing the question makes me just like, I just feel relief when I hear that question. When I think about that question, what's right with you? Even when I get the opportunity to ask myself that question, when my own internal world is like, why did you do that? What's wrong with you? What's the problem? What happened to you? Why are you like this? But when I connect with what's right with me, I just feel so much lighter. And because I know what that feels like for myself, and I've been thinking about that quite a lot, I'm like, I don't want to meet people there. I don't want to meet people in a place of tough love, of telling people you're like this is the, like, it just, what does it do? And it actually, and in so many cases, it does the exact opposite of what we actually might be trying to do when we say we want to give tough love. Because tough love can traumatize people. Tough love can speak to the parts of people that they already feel insecure about, that they already may be struggling with, that they already might be finding challenging within themselves. And to be reminded about those things, to have those things given to them in, or shared with them in harshness or with aggression, with toughness, can re-traumatize or traumatize a person. And it might not have the effect that we think that it will have, of helping them to grow, helping them to learn a lesson, helping them to continue to be the best of the best of who they are, because we know that they can be that, because we can see that they can be that, and we really 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 want to get it out of them. Like, you need to see this, you need to see that you're capable of this, and maybe that this behavior, attitude is not okay. Like, people need hugs. Like, I'm sorry, like, I people need hugs. People need to know that they are lovable. People need to know that they are loved. People need to know that they are just full of light and preciousness and wisdom. People need to know these things. And because people don't know this, So many of us don't know this. We were never told this. We were given tough love. No one we may have been given tough love. And all those times that our grandmothers hugged us, or that we did something wrong and that one family member came and said, "It's going to be all right, baby." Or you were, you may have done something or said something, and just even unknowingly perhaps, maybe out of a habit or whatever the case. And when that one person came to you and hugged you or listened to you, gave you a moment to explain, or told you that you were the sweetest of the sweetest, or took you for ice cream, or just showed you that I'm not reduced to this version of myself. I'm not reduced to what's wrong with me. I'm not reduced to what happened to me. There are still parts of me that are incredibly precious and beautiful and sweet and strong, and I can be loved through this. That we can be loved through our shortcomings. And I think that is the message that is needed in the world, that we all have shortcomings. We all have parts of ourselves that we can learn lessons from, and we can grow from, we can grow out of, and we can progress. We all have things about ourselves that we need to let go, things about ourselves that would make our lives easier and people around us lives easier. We all have those things. And that's okay that we have those things. And I think from a strengths based approach, it's not that we don't make people aware of their blind spots and their shortcomings and the things that they may say or do that are out of trauma, or are out of some kind of learned behavior that is not conducive to themselves or to other people. I think with a strength based lens, it almost gives a sense of responsibility, at least for me, when I'm reminded of, for example, my creativity. And sometimes I can be so quick and so fast and really just like lightning trying to get things done, my swiftness and these type of things. I feel motivated to use my strengths to be able to do something, to be able to help someone, to be able to be useful in the world. I feel motivated to give energy and focus to those strengths. I think focusing on people's strengths can help to support in some of the behaviors and attitudes and things that need to be addressed, for sure need to be addressed, need to be looked at. And it's not that we're not looking at those things, but I think we look at them in a different way. We look at them through a different approach. A strength based approach is not like a it's not ignoring another butterfly. It's not. It's so, wow, it's like mint green color also. It's not ignoring that we have our stuff. It's not ignoring that at all, but I think it's just a different approach and a different way of looking at it, and a different lens to look at it through, and a different lens to show people, like, you are capable of this. Do you know this about yourself? Because sometimes we really don't even see, like, we don't always see our own strengths. We don't always see the parts of ourselves that are supportive and helpful and conducive and beautiful in the world. We don't always have a chance to see that. I remember once a friend of mine, I had a meeting for, it wasn't an interview, but it was to share like a bit of about some of the things that I do to help me find work or a job opportunity. And so we met with another person, and we sat down. And of course, in that type of space, you should talk about yourself, like, tell me about what you do and your skills. And I remember sitting there and I was just like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I do this. And my friend started to share like what I do, like my strengths, my skills. And I was like, oh, like, it was shocking for me because I would have never described myself in that way. I would have never shared about myself in that way. And so she said it, and it was just with so much conviction on her face. Like a kid's like this and she does this, and she's like this and she does this, and she's really good at this and she does this. And I was like, oh, I do actually. I was really like, actually, that's true. But I was really genuinely shocked. And honestly, I had been almost like minimizing myself so much, like, oh, I do a little bit of this, oh, and we can be like that sometimes. Of course, you have those people who are like, look, I'm here, this is what I do, and that's their strength. That's an amazing strength or quality for them. But sometimes you can be that person. Like, it's very easy for us to not clearly recognize our strengths, and that's why we have so many amazing people around us, and that's why we're all in this world together, because somebody sees something. Like, we see something about someone that we admire. We see a quality about them that adds value to this world, that makes this world a better place. We see that all the time. And so the strength based lens is seeing people and addressing people, connecting with people from that space, from the space of pointing out what's right with them. And so I am committing to communicating with people using a strengths based approach. And whenever I feel this urge to ask someone or to think, what is wrong with this person? Like, what is the problem? Or what happened to you? To change the lens to what is right with this person? What incredible quality is this person contributing? And sometimes we might feel like it's hard to find. It might be someone where we're like, I don't know. I don't know if this person has a, a good quality about them, or if they're doing anything right in the world. And this is our challenge. This is our opportunity for growth, to be able to see and find and discover. I also think it invites curiosity. It invites curiosity into people, into things, and into life. There is a lot of suffering in the world. There's a lot of suffering in our own inner worlds, in our own hearts, and in our own minds. There's a lot of people suffering with mental health issues. There's a lot of people suffering with difficult times in life, with challenges in life. There are a lot of people suffering with even just transformational life situations, and we never know where we meet people. We never know. We never know we what words we say to someone that might hurt them or bring up something in them. We don't know all the time. We don't know that you may say something to someone out of what you think is tough love, what you think is really trying to help them be better, to grow. But we don't know what effect that can have on someone, and how long they can hold on to that, and how far they can take that. And so even with that not knowing, we can be sure that addressing people through a strengths based approach, we are less likely to harm other people, to say something or do something unknowingly, even if it's we have the most genuine intention. But with the strengths based approach, it becomes less and less likely to create harm, knowingly or unknowingly. Actually, the likelihood becomes so much greater that we maybe inspire that person. We might give that person some hope, some motivation, some love, something that's they really needed to hear that no one ever told them, something that they might not even be aware of within themselves, and that really makes them create something beautiful or try something new, or even just pass that forward to another person. And yeah, what is right with you?